What's good, sports people? You are now tuned in to Pics, Parlays, and Poison. It's your boy, the Casanova of the Ghetto. Your man, Parlay P, is in the building, chilling with my brother, B Magic. That's a brand name, like Pepsi. That's a
Yes,
brand
sir.
name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. B Magic, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, good people out there? Hey, got another week. Been in the lab trying to get something ready for y'all so we can make a little money. Let's jump into it. Oh, you just gonna take a sip just now, huh? That's how you feel.
Tastes so good, people. We gotta know what you sipping on. B Magic a little salty over there because he know what I'm sipping on. Courtesy of my man and our bottle bet. Thank you to the Ravens for holding it down. Got me a little, it ain't the blue dot. This the watermelon dot right here. I add that to the collection up there. We support the black businesses out there. Diddy, we got you, baby. Ricky Rose, I owe, my brother B Magic getting a bottle of that rose. He got
One
his
day.
coming in.
Yes, sir.
We'll see touchdown back in the States. Got that bottle waiting for him over here. Hey, we are getting into it. If y'all did not pay attention last week, we dropped another winning week for y'all. I don't know when it's going to kick, but y'all need to get on it because we're going to have a run, a stupid run, like one of those undefeated week runs where those parlays pay off and they pay off big. But we got some action for y'all today going into these college plays for the weekend. It's been a crazy season with all the cancellations and the movement. So we are going to cover a couple of those games where we have some replacement teams coming in. So we'll go through one of those games as well. But first, we want to jump it off with some major action. B, you want to let the people know we got something special for them coming up?
Oh, as far as a little, yeah. All right, so what we're trying to do, man, as everybody knows, we're trying to get established. We're trying to get our name out there. We're trying to have a little fun. So what we're gonna do is probably by the end of the show, we'll decide on the game. But we're gonna put out a little, I can't say it's a little contest, a little share to win type of deal, picking the final score for a game this weekend. Winner, we haven't decided it's either gonna be $50 or $100, depending on how much participation we give. We want to make it worth it. But what we're gonna need you to do is you got to like the post, tag two people, share it, and then put your total score. And whoever wins, we're gonna cash app you, PayPal you, whatever you need to do, get you that money, and then we can do it like that.
That's right, people. That's how confident we feel about what we're doing over here. If you haven't checked the record, we do put the records out there. So, but we feel so confident and we want to grow and we want y'all to grow with us. So that's why we're going to throw some of this cash at you. We betting on these games. So why not share the wealth a little bit? So we're going to throw a little something. Like you said, maybe 50, maybe 100, depending on how we feel by the end of the show. Hopefully y'all pay attention. We'll reiterate it on the backside of the show about what you need to do to just get in on some of this free stuff. Even if you don't sports bet, just jump in. It's easy. You just pick, set what you think that score is going to be. Pick the numbers, throw it in there. Our boy Jonathan almost hit it head on the Ravens and Steelers game. He came real close to just throwing it out there exactly what it was. So, with that being said, we're going to jump off into this college action today. I will be double tapping later on some NFL stuff. But today with my boy B Magic, we are hitting this first game, Ohio State versus Michigan State. I hate them, but we got to play them. All right. 12. This one's going down on Saturday at 12 p.m. Gonna be on ABC, so it's a prime time game. Of course, Ohio State gets to play on a prime time. We got this one going in. Ohio State minus 24 points. I feel strong about this, and I know B Magic does. So B Magic, go ahead and drop the numbers on these people,
man. Off top right now, we got Ohio State averaging 45 points a game. Michigan State averaging scoring-wise, 18 points a game. Ohio State's giving up 26. Michigan State is giving up 31. But just getting into the numbers real quick, Ohio State's averaging 535.3 yards of offense per game, allowing 389. So the defense could be a little stingier, but this season has been weird with COVID and positive tests. Speaking of, they had a couple couple guys pop positive this week, and Ryan Day has already said that they're going to be traveling short. So we're going to see how that impacts, and we won't know that until tonight, actually. I think they test at 8 p.m., so we'll know hopefully tomorrow morning what we got. With that being said, I'm still rocking Ohio State on this one. My biggest indicator, if you look at they played Michigan State played at Iowa and got beat 49-7. In that game, let's see, Goodson went for 113 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. Patriots went 15 for 27, 167 yards. And Tracy Jr. went for 4 receptions for 38 yards, but they still beat him 49-7. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Ohio State on their best day, and they're going to get ushered off of their own field. So I'm rocking Ohio State to 24 easy.
Right. Unfortunately, it hurts me to say that I got to go with you on this one. Everybody knows I hate Ohio State, but like I say, we strip away the names and look at the numbers, and the numbers just line up for Ohio State. Michigan State, this is one of the worst years they've ever had. Shout out to the Room Dog, from up there in Michigan. J. Ed, I know you holding down the Spartans, but not on this one, bro. This one is going to get nasty. I think this line actually would have probably been closer to 27-30, but with all the COVID tests popping off and some of that kind of coming into play, I think the line stabilized at 24. But I just don't see Michigan State being able to hold their water against Ohio State this time. Ohio State knows that they're in a driver's seat in that Big Ten, and they just need to finish out the season and play enough games, actually. That's the key for them right now. They have to play enough games to qualify for that playoff and for that Big Ten championship and then for the playoffs. So I think they're going to come out and they're just going to try to put their foot on the Spartans' throats. Fields knows he's behind and Heisman, kind of race right now, if you want to call it that, with all these cancellations and not enough games being played. So I think he comes out, he explodes. Bottom line, Michigan State just doesn't have enough offense. Their running game is non-existent, and their quarterback, Lombardi, he just inconsistent. He's on the season 8 touchdowns, but also 8 picks. You can't have a 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio and look to even stay in a game against a top 10, top 5, 4 team, whatever you want to call Ohio State.
Right.
So I just think that this one just gets out of hand real early, and I think it stays that way. I don't really have much more to say. It's hurting my stomach to even continue to talk about them. Yeah, that's how I feel, people. All right, official play, Ohio State minus 24. All right, moving on. Let's get on to something more interesting. All right, here we go. Now we're going into another 12 o'clock game. We got Oklahoma State taking on Texas Christian, TCU, for all y'all who don't really know what their breakdown is. All right. Oklahoma State ranked number 16 in the nation, 6-2. Going in, this line started at -2. Now it's down to -1. It's almost at a pick 'em, depending on what site you're using. So, B Magic, what you like in this game, man?
I like them Cowboys, man. I like them Cowboys. My boy Chuba Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dog, man, and I think he eats in this game. But TCU that's the hometown right now. I'm a Virginia boy, but Fort Worth, DFW is the crib now. So they've been showing up, man. In the last couple games, they had ball. They took that L at West Virginia, 24-6, but then they went into Kansas and put a whooping on them, 59-23. Oklahoma State had Texas Tech at home, and I can't say they put a whooping on them, but they did make it out of there with the W, 50-44. So in this game, I'm not really comfortable picking either team. If I did have to pick a team, I would probably lean Oklahoma State just because of Chuba. But in this game, I'm rocking the over. So last game they put up 50. It was 50-44 at Texas Tech, which shows they could score, but they don't play defense. Oklahoma State. TCU went into Kansas. They put up 59, but they allowed them to score 23. If we look at both of those games, just off the rip, I think the over-under right now is 51.5. I think they covered that by the third quarter. So my play, I'm on that over in this game, over 51. Some sports line or some sports books are showing it at 50. So that's where I'm at with it. Over 50, 51.
Okay, that's what's up. I actually like the line in this game. I'm taking Oklahoma State minus the 1. If I can get it out of pick 'em, even better, because I'm gonna get a little more bang for my buck, a little more return on my investment there. But these teams on paper are pretty similar. When you look at the numbers, I mean, they line up defensively almost the same, offensively almost the same. The big difference is, like you said, we got Chubb over there. You got a legit star NFL running back to be on one side of the ball. And Oklahoma State has been inconsistent, but I think he is the consistency of that team. I think he'll control the game. Oklahoma State will be able to control the game. And when you're talking about a line this small, there's a one little thing that comes into play. And I got to give them a little bit of love, even though I don't, necessarily think that they're should be technically considered players. The kicker, right? Oklahoma State's kicker, 89% on the season. TCU's kicker, 73% on the season. This game could come down to an extra point, a missed extra point, or it can come down to a field goal, last minute, late game field goal. One kicker you can put out there and they possibly hit it. One kicker you can put out there and they possibly miss it. That's where this game is leaning towards. And if that's the case, give me the better running back, the better kicker in this game. I'm taking Oklahoma State to ride this one out and knock off TCU, the Horned Frogs. Although I do like the mascot, man. That's kind of gangster mascot. Can't lie about that one, man. All right. Indeed. So our next game, we can't do a show without a little action, baby. We got to get us some action in, and that is where we going next with our next game. We're going over to Eastern Michigan, 2:00 game on ESPN Plus for those of you who got a subscription. If you don't, hey, you're missing out on some games unless you got some other way of watching. But we got Eastern Michigan going in there to Kalamazoo, taking on Western Michigan. All right. This one, I know we've seen the same side on this one, but go ahead and let the people know what you think about this one. The line right now is minus 13.5 for Western Michigan.
I think Darius Jefferson does 200 on Eastern Michigan, man. I think this is going to be his, I can't say coming out party because he has been balling, but I think he goes absolutely off on Eastern Michigan. I don't know if this is a rivalry game. I don't really know too much about, the East, Central, Western Michigan type of rivalry situation. But just looking at the numbers, total offense, East Mitch, 374. Total offense, West Mitch, 468. Defense allowed, yards allowed, East Mitch, 502. Western Mitch, 378. But that big one that you like to elaborate on, Eastern Michigan giving up 256 yards average rushing. Man, LJ gonna go off, bro. I think he runs for 200 plus in this game. Definitely pads his stats, but I just don't think Eastern Michigan is going to be able to keep up with the line at 13.5. 13. I think I got it at 13 earlier. I think that they cover that easily, but I like that hook. Just in case they miss the extra point. I like him at that 13.5, but I'm on Western Michigan.
Okay, I can vibe with you on the 13, buying it down. I can get with that. I like it at 13.5. I think Western Michigan covers, 2 touchdown at home against this Eastern Michigan team, 0-4 Eastern Michigan. Let me tell you about Western Michigan, though. They got a quarterback wide receiver combination that is killing right now. I'm telling you, LB is throwing the rock. 12 touchdowns, 1 pick, efficiency right there. And then out on the outside, they killed me in one game against Central Michigan. Eskridge, the boy is a beast. I'm talking, they tried to press him, touchdown. They tried to lay off, slant route, touchdown. This man is getting it in out there. He is averaging over 150 yards a game, over a touchdown a game. This man is not playing with you out there. So not only can they run the ball down your throat because Eastern Michigan is going to have them holes bigger than Sarah J in the interracial, But they turn it around, and now you can air the ball out too. So if you want to creep up, you're gonna get burnt. If you want to sit back, you're gonna get run down. So it don't even matter right now, man. Western Michigan, hey, lock that one in. I'm putting a little more extra sauce on that one this weekend just because I like the Maction, man. Maction pays out, bro. But yeah, I think Western Michigan gets this job done. They are on a mission right now, especially on offense, man. All right. Hey, that's the official play. You got it right there. Western Michigan minus buy the hook down if you want to feel safe. Buy down to 13, just in case of a mixed extra point or something like that. But I can see this one well over 20-point cover. All right. Next up, this is what the people want to see. This is why they come to the show. Right here. They want to see Craig and Day argue about the Christmas party. All right.
We're going to argue about this one.
Indiana, 5-1 Indiana, going in to take on 2-1 Wisconsin. Okay?
Yes.
3:30 game, ABC. Go ahead, speak your piece on this.
Man, I think people putting too much juice on Michael Penix. I don't know how to pronounce it, pause if you said it wrong, but I think they're putting too much juice on this cat, man. Like, mind you, he's a beast. So let's look at his stats. 124 of 220, 1,645 yards, 14 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. The boy's been playing some football, but he's not 14 points worth of drop down, bro. Like, I don't understand why they're not giving that defense, which held Ohio State and kept them in the game, enough credit. Also, Mr. Jack Tuttle. Okay, Mr. Jack Tuttle, the now starting quarterback for Indiana, 6'4", 215, redshirt sophomore. Boy ain't no slouch either now. Now looking at a little bit of his history, four-star prospect by Rivals coming out of high school. Tuttle was ranked the number 4 pro-style quarterback nationally by Rivals, number 5 pro-style quarterback nationally by 24/7 Sports, and number 13 player in California by 247 Sports. Technically, he's the nicest quarterback they've had by the numbers at the University of Indiana. So to be giving them 14.5, I think is disrespectful. They can run the ball. What's his kid name? Let me see. Hold on one second. Stevie Scott III.
Yeah.
I think Stevie stays in the game as well.
Stevie.
And you know what? You can't forget about Ty Freifogel now. I think you forgot about him now. I think you forgot about what he did to Ohio State. Okay. Put some respect on his name. All right. And I think that he eats. Even if they don't win this game, they are not going to get beat by 14. Clearly not going to beat 14.5. So we opposite on this one. I don't know if we need to, I can't say, well, I don't know if we need to count this because we're not going to see eye to eye, but I'm on Indiana. 14.5 is where I got it at, but I'll do the 14 just for the people's sake.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody, this will not be an official play. This is just because we don't see eye to eye. We need to let y'all see that there is not just we look at the game and be like, okay, yeah, that's a good one. No, we don't see eye to eye on this because I think that the kid is worth 14 points. I think coming into this game, Indiana, it may have been a pick 'em. It may have been Wisconsin -3. The problem is Wisconsin hasn't played enough games for people to remember how good the team is. And I think that is where you are getting your misconception of how good this Indiana team is. Yes, Indiana has 6 games under their belt. Okay, yes, they look good. Hey, they were my player, my Buck Nasty player hater of the week pick, and they covered, in that game against Ohio State. But I think everybody got caught up in the hype and the feel-good story of Indiana having a football team, including Mikey, right? Because she all hyped about it too. Well, guess what? Not this week. Wisconsin is my player hater of the week. Buck Nasty player hater of the week. Hey. Wisconsin is going to get it done. 14 points will be enough for them to cover because people just haven't seen them play. This Wisconsin team is a good team. They are balanced and they can put up points. And you talk about the Indiana defense, Wisconsin defense is just as strong. You are not running the ball on them. You're not throwing the ball on them. And now you ain't even got a quarterback to throw the ball on. You can tell me all these high school stats all you want to. It ain't gonna matter. Everybody was a star in high school till they get to that next level, right? Just like everybody can be 80% free throw shooters to the game on the line. Then all of a sudden they choking. All right. And that's what's about to happen to Indiana. They're gonna go in there, they're gonna realize that the feel good story is over with. Coach, everybody's playing for their coach and his son got hurt. Well, yeah, that's great. Y'all can cover when his son gets hurt. You ain't covering when that quarterback got hurt. And I'm telling you that right now. You might have been able to do that against Maryland because your defense held down Baby Tour. You ain't doing that against Wisconsin. People, I'm telling you right now, this is not an official play. This is just we don't see eye to eye. So y'all mark this down while I sip on my just in case y'all forget who is winning these bottle bets right now. I ain't gonna keep score.
That's a bet. That's all right.
3-1. I ain't gonna keep the score though.
Indeed.
All right. Hey, all right, people. So you see, we don't see eye to eye on that one. But let's move on to one we do see eye to eye on. Another good pick for y'all coming up. We got some more Maxing, baby. Return of the Max. All right. Buffalo, 4-0 Buffalo going in there to take on 2-1 Ohio. Now, where we giving you some action on this one is not on the line. The line is Buffalo minus 11. But right now, what we are looking at is that over 58.5. B-Match, go ahead and let the people know why we're looking at that.
Man, this is going to be a shootout. My boy Rourke is back in the game. He's healthy. He is balling. This is going to be classic Mac Shun. Matter of fact, this the game we're doing the score for.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one right here.
So we're going to do it like this. If anybody picks the total score, both teams total. So if it's 40-25, you got to pick 65. That's how we're doing this. If anybody picks the total for this game, hundo. Closest person, hundo.
Hundo, okay. Let's put it out there to people.
Person,
okay, people.
Nobody picks it. Complete 100% accuracy. The closest person, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a 50 spot or 25.
Let's do 50.
All right, so the
closest person get 50.
Closest person to it.
Yeah.
50 spot. Unless you pick 25 and it's 50 and nobody else is close, so we're gonna have to figure something out. But if you within a field goal, if you win that 3-piece, then we on it. So
and that Buffalo, we'll say if you go under, closest under.
Okay.
We'll do a Price is Right style. Closest without going over.
I like it. All right, Price is Right. That's what we're doing. The price is right. The score is right. Okay.
Yeah, what I say?
This game, man, Buffalo at Kent State at home, it was 70-41. That's 100. What's that? 111 points of football.
Stop sipping with you. Quick math.
Ohio at Bowling Green at Ohio, 62 points total, 52-10. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm probably going to check this one out, but I'm on the over in this game easy. They might be there at halftime. Yeah, I just think this one gets out of control.
I'm honestly confused at why the number is sitting under 60. Normally a MAC game like this would be well over 60, at least the baseline of 60. And when you're looking at this, Buffalo is almost going to hit that mark by themselves. I said that we put that out there in a play, and it hit before it even got to halftime. Buffalo by itself covered that spread by putting up 70. They have not scored below 42 points this season. So they're already getting you almost to this number by themselves. And when you're talking about 11-point gap, if they're already putting up 40-something points on Buffalo side, even if they cover the spread, you're still talking about Ohio, who has a good offense and a good quarterback, like we talked about in Rourke, who's going to put up at least 20, because it's not like Buffalo's defense is just ridiculous, and they're actually better at home than they are on the road, but they're still putting up 40-something points. All right, so I'm telling you, this is going to be a shootout. I mean, I'm going to roll heavy on it, but I might even look for some alternative line action on this one and try to see if I can get an over 65. See
Yeah.
what kind of extra little juice I can get out of that. Squeeze it a little bit more than that. So lock it in, people. Buffalo, uh, Ohio, 3:30 game. This is the game. Pick that total, win that money. We're giving it away to y'all. Win it. $100. You hit a head on, you come close within that field goal. That's $50 for you. Go spread the word. Hey, let them know. All right, hey, here we go. Moving on. Let's get through with it. We going to my boys, the
Yeah.
U, bringing it down to the U. This was a replacement game because of all the COVID issues going on. Miami had some. Then Florida State actually had some, and that's how we ended up with this game where we got Miami 8 o'clock game on ACC Network. Glad I got it because I'll be watching it. But we got 7-1 Miami taking on 2-7 Duke. We're going out there to North Carolina basically to beat the brakes off these boys. To keep it rolling. You know, we need Clemson to lose a game, and maybe we slide into that ACC championship game. I don't see it happening. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll the season out and just beat the brakes off of everybody, so that we can get into maybe an Orange Bowl game, maybe play against a Florida, so we can whoop up on them, steal some recruits and that kind of stuff. So I think that's what's gonna happen in this game. We're going in also big time action. Miami possibly getting a big time 4-star quarterback who just decommitted from USC. I don't want to speak too much about it until it actually happens, but kid just decommitted from USC, has been talking about nothing but Miami, all the crystal balls saying he's coming to Miami. So what better than to put an ass whooping on Duke to start bringing it over? And we're going to do that by using our quarterback. King is a stud. I put some money on him to win the Heisman, and I'm hoping that pays out. But he's coming in with over 2,000 yards on the season, 17 touchdowns, only 4 picks. So he does not give the ball up a lot. But Duke sucks against the run. I like to target teams that cannot stop the run. Miami has struggled a little bit getting their running game going, but now we got it and we're rolling. Miami's averaging over 167 yards rushing. Duke's giving up over over 200 yards rushing. So it kind of lines itself up for King to have a big game. For Miami, they're eager. We've been out of action for a couple of weeks now. Coach Diaz got cleared, so he's good to go. And I know his attitude. He's hungry. He's gonna want to eat. He's gonna want to show people, why we're ranked in the top 10, and why we're gonna get the job done. So 14.5, I think we cover that. I'll buy the hook just because. But we do have a kicker. I don't worry about missed extra points and kicks with Miami's kicker. Borregales is a beast. The kid, he's just drilling, right? Glad that we picked him up, and I think we get this job done. I think Duke is laid down for the year. Basketball season has started up. Watch out for Duke today. They should run through this team, minus 29 points. I think they beat the hell out of that team. But either way, Duke, the whole school is focused on basketball now. They're not focused on football. Nobody's going to go to this game because Miami's going to beat the hell out of them. That's my point. Take it, leave it, play it. That's what I got on the B Magic. I don't even know if you want to talk about that
one. I'm gonna let you have this one, man. You know, Miami done cost us some cheese this year, so
they have cost us some cheese, but they have won us some cheese.
I'm kind of hesitant. I love De'Aaron. De'Aaron's a baller. I mean, just a true athlete. So I think he's worth 13 points by himself.
Absolutely.
My concern is first of all, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold at Wallace Way. Y'all Miami boys, y'all don't like that cold. You know what I mean? So we gonna see, man. But I still, like I said, De'Aaron, I think that he's a decision maker in this game. I think he's a deciding factor. So I do believe that they cover. I'm not playing this unless I can get it at 13, just because. But I'm on Miami to, like you said, they want to stay in that top 10. They got to score some points. They got to make a statement. So I think that they make that statement here.
Absolutely. One quick little caveat on that. The games, Miami's 4-2 against the spread as a favorite. The games that we actually lost, we didn't have Brevin Jordan. So that right there, people, you don't understand. If you have not seen this kid play,
Yeah, he's
he
an
is the
assassin.
best tight end. He is the best tight end in the league right now. He is a NFL tight end playing college football right now. And Will Mallory on the other side is just as good. But it's like Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. You got one that's physical, real big, can block and do all that. Brevin Jordan is that guy that down the seam, nobody's covering him. Cornerbacks, linebackers, safeties, they can't cover him. And King will get him the ball. Big time difference maker. And since he's been back, of course, we covered the last game against Virginia Tech. But that's where those against the spread losses came. Brevin Jordan's back, big time player, making big time plays. We'll cover that spread.
Sure.
All right, let's move it on. From there, we're going to go into another replacement game that came up. Originally, this was supposed to be Liberty going into Coastal Carolina. We've been riding with Liberty, mainly B Magic has been riding with them. I've gone against them a couple of times. But this time they had to replace that with BYU. So now you got 9-0 BYU going into Coastal Carolina, 9-0 Coastal Carolina. And the line is BYU minus 10 points. This game is at 5:30 p.m. on ESPNU. B-Matt, you want to go ahead and talk about this one?
I really ain't got much to say. This is a sour spot for me because I like both of them. They both have made us some money this year. But I just can't see giving Coastal 10 at home. If they were going into BYU, I'd be all over BYU in this situation. And I know BYU is going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder because they're not getting any love from the playoff committee. But 10 points is just too much for this Coastal Carolina team that is also playing with the chip on their shoulder. So, I mean, by the numbers, yeah, BYU's offense is killing. And Zach Wilson is a dog. He's going to continue to sling that rock. But Coastal's only giving up 181 yards passing. So, I mean, is he going to have that type of standout game? I don't know. What I do know is that Coastal can score as well. So if we look at Texas State for a sample size, BYU was that? Yeah. BYU 52-14. Coastal just had them 49-14. So if we look at that alone, it's a tie game. So with that being said, I just look at that 10 points as a gimme. I think this game comes down to the last possession, maybe even a field goal. But I'm on Coastal plus the 10 at home. I think there's going to be a lot of emotions in this game. BYU already has gotten slighted from the playoff committee, so they might have a little bit of a letdown knowing that they're not going to the big show. I'm on Coastal on this one. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, this one, like we said, it wasn't a lot of time to prepare, which I think comes into the play for Coastal Carolina, getting 10 points at home. BYU wasn't preparing to play Coastal Carolina, just like Coastal Carolina wasn't prepared to play BYU, but Coastal is at home getting those 3 days to prep while BYU has to travel across the country now to take on this team and last minute things. So now they have to try to learn this, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. And it's a lot. I think 10 points may be a lot. We won a lot of money on both of these teams, especially with BYU from the very beginning before people realized how good they were. But I just don't see them being able to put together a double-digit win in Coastal. Yes, Wilson is a beast. He's probably going to be one of the top, Heisman candidates. But quiet as kept, McCall for Coastal Carolina is having just as efficient of a year when you look at it. I mean, 20 touchdowns, only one interception, over 1,700 yards. He's not turning that ball over. And when you got a game like this and you're not getting those turnovers, and that's what BYU's going to feast on, that short field, and they just run up the points, you got another offense that can control the ball. They can also put up points. I don't see BYU being able to beat them by 10. We may be wrong, but I think this one, I'll take Coastal at home plus the 10 points in this game.
Indeed.
All right, so let's move on to another game where we see we're not really looking at the side. We're looking more at the total.
This is going to be a quick one.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so We got 8 o'clock game on Fox. We got Baylor going into Oklahoma. What we really want to look at, we don't care that Oklahoma's favored by 21 and a half. We're looking at 62 and a half as the total. All right, B Magic, spit it at them. Let's get it. Let's get this one
They ain't
done.
really even got to stay on this too long, man. I think Oklahoma could cover this game on their own, to be honest. And I think that Charlie Brewer is able to put a touchdown, 2 or 3 on the board just because of Snead. I think Snead will be able to do enough against Oklahoma to put some points on the board. But I think Spencer Rattler, Mims, I think that this might be another halftime cover as well. So I mean, we ain't got to spend too much time on this one. The over is the lock that one in ASAP. I don't understand how this one's not in the 70s as well. I think that they're giving Oklahoma's defense a little too much respect. They've been doing better, but they're not there yet. But I think this game gets out of control. Like I said, I can count on Baylor to score at least 21, and Oklahoma's for sure going to score at least 40. So this game is going to be in the mid-60s early.
Yeah, I think you're right when they start giving Oklahoma's defense of all people a little credit. But you also got to factor in that they played Kansas, which kind of padded the stats for their defense, right? I see this game more of the type of game where Oklahoma had against Texas Tech, 62-28 was the final there. We do the math on that 90-point game. I think this one comes closer to that. Maybe in the 50s, might be a 50-something to 20-something type game. But what we're saying is Oklahoma will put up enough points to get you there almost by themselves. Enough said on that. Oklahoma will help push that total up. All right, now we're going to some underdog. We got a little underdog
the
action.
Dog of the day.
The dog of the day, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. We're going to a late night game. Some of y'all might be asleep. Win money while you sleep. All right, Saturday night, 10:30 p.m. We got Oregon State going in to take on Utah. All right, in this game, they have Utah favored by 11.5 points. All right, 0-2 Utah again is playing 2-2 Oregon State. Now, if you look at against the spread, you got 3-1 Oregon State against 1-1 Utah. Right.
I don't understand this one at all.
Yeah, I'm confused on this one, but hey, we like it when we see something like this that stands out. Go ahead and let the people know, man.
Honestly, I'm probably going to drop a couple money line plays on this one, sprinkle a little juice on that money line, because Utah's been hit by COVID. They've been hit by transfers. They've been hit by a little bit of everything this year. You have an inspired Oregon State Beaver team that had number 15 Oregon at home and beat them. I mean, not just outmaneuvered them, trick played them. They beat Oregon.
They ran it down.
41-38 at home. They beat Cal, who I was high on Cal this year, 31-27 at home. Now they're going into Utah. Mind you, you don't get the home field advantage like you used to. But plus 11, I'm on Oregon State all day and then some. This is, I think Oregon State wins this game outright. Period.
Yeah, I think I don't know how this line got like this. To be honest with you, Oregon State come out beating Oregon, and you double-digit dogs to Utah. I mean, shout out Ricky 50, man. Yeah, you hold down Utah, the one black man in Utah that don't play for the Jazz, right? Or for this Utah football team, and you might be playing for them the way they transferring and getting COVID. Oregon State is legit. Jefferson, the boy can run the rock. He made me a believer in that Oregon game, man. I thought at some point Oregon was going to figure this out and stop it, and they just couldn't. And they have premier athletes. If Oregon couldn't stop it, Utah definitely not going to stop it. Dog of the week, right there. Oregon State, the Beavers. Like we say, we might have some money line plays on this just to squeeze some more juice out of this. But take the safe bet. Get your 11.5 points. Put it in your pocket. You starting off the game winning, you're probably going to end up winning at the end of the game on this one. Remember, that's a late night game. All right. Hey, people, that's all the picks that we got for y'all this week. If y'all been following, we're still shooting at over a 60% win percentage. We just had another free play winner last night. We dropped Air Force -10. Easy winner. And that one, that was just stupid how bad they beat Utah State. But we told y'all that was going to happen. If y'all have not been following, that's 4 straight free play winners, right? 9-3 is what, since we started putting these free plays out and these videos out. That's money in your pocket if you're betting. Even if you don't do anything but bet the free plays, you've been up. You're up over 6 games right now. So go ahead, make sure you're locked in. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Make sure you post. Make sure you share. Do all the things you need to. Set the little alert so that you get it when we post something. It may be a free play. It may be a bottle bet. We've been taking bottle bets. I got called out on a bottle bet, and I accepted that bottle bet. And I will accept that bottle when it comes in, just like this one, right? Hey, they deliver liquor in the mail, right? COVID is a thing. They got delivery. We sip on it. So now you can see me sipping on the bottles that we win from you if you decide to jump in. But of all things, we're giving out free money this week, people. Go ahead, jump on it. We told you that Buffalo, Ohio game, that's the game. Jump on there. All you got to do is tell us what you think the total is going to be, the total number. Tell us what you think that total is going to be. If you hit it right, boom, that's $100. If you come within a field goal without going over what that actual total was, that's $50 in your pocket. Cash out, however you want to do it. We do it. We're legit with it. We ain't got no reason to flake. And we'll call each other out if it does, and somebody will call us out if it doesn't, if we don't do it, right? And that's what we're about. We're building up, and we're trying to help you guys win money while providing some entertainment for you as always. I'm actually double tapping today, so in a little bit, I'm gonna be turning right around, recording our NFL 6-pack for the weekend, giving you a little bit of love on that side with guest pickers. And if you decide, hey, I think I'm pretty good at this, and you want to be a guest picker on one of our shows, let us know what you've been betting on. Let us know what you're picking. Show us your record so that, we don't just throw you out here to the people and have people putting their money on something that you're saying and you're just guessing with your heart and not with actual analytics. All right. That's all I got for y'all. B-Magic, what you want to leave the people with?
I ain't got nothing, man. We'll probably be making a little post. I don't know if I'm going to put the game on there. I'm just going to put the share information. I kind of want people to watch the video. But share it up, follow it up, subscribe it up, get with us. Let's make some money.
That's right. We out. Double salute.